Hazbin Hotel. It's a show that exists. The character designs I make will basically all be animation friendly, but that is because I watched one video when I was little that said make your designs animation friendly in context to Warrior Cat animation projects, and I took that way too seriously, so now I struggle with complicated designs. And this is like my honest opinion from someone with a bias towards the show, because I was 10 when this came out, and I thought that the pilot was the peak of all humor, and I'm just very nostalgic for that in general. So I went into this really wanting to enjoy it, but it's just a mid-show. But I feel like the part that I can really only speak on is the character designs. I'm no professional writer. I have nothing under my name, so I don't feel like I'm in the place to critique the writing, even if I do not enjoy it. So I'm mainly here to do that for the character designs, and that's, what this video is about. So, Charlie Morningstar, my third least favorite character. And this is because she is a boring character, very boring. A lot of the main characters are very boring, but she just is a Mary Sue. She's powerful. She's always happy. And it's like she never actually does anything wrong. And on top of that, the villain, he's not a very good villain. Adam is not a good villain. I love Adam, don't get me wrong. I love big fat men. But he's just a horrible villain, because his only thing as villain is just he opposes Charlie and he makes sex jokes like everyone else. But he's an angel, so it's better names to it. So I just don't really like Charlie as a character because she just makes the whole show worse. On to the design part of things. I agree that she should be more goat-like. I think I don't know why that is though. So I did lean into that a lot. I really liked her demon horns, the thread that faded in, and I wanted to do that, but then I remembered I didn't really want to use a lot of red. So basically, one of the main problems that everyone has is the amount of red, and I do agree with that. There's a lot of red, and I think I understand where Viv was wanting to come with that. I think she just wanted them to all look like they're from the same thing, and I just think that there is better ways to do that than to have every single character's main color be red. And I just think that Charlie, out of all of them, could be the one to keep the most amount of red, because it's since she's the Princess of Hell, I think that the red in the Pride Ring could be represented with her. I just think that since she's the main character, she should have the main color palette. But I also really wanted to lean in with the yellow, because the yellow was cool. The yellow was the only other color we really had on her. So that's the main thing I decided to do with her. I gave her a little, what are those called? Coat tails. I gave her those because I think those are really cute. Her design that I gave her is pretty boring, actually. I took over the bow tie. I love bow ties. I'm so biased when it comes to that because I literally love bows. They're so amazing. So I did give her a little bow in her hair. But other than that, I made her just more animal-like. I do love the little cheeks, blushy things she has. They're adorable. So I did keep that. But other than that, I didn't really change her design too much. Gave her more goat-like legs, but that's really it. I did give her little hoof hands because I thought that would be really cute. Mainly a lot of things I did on her design is just because I thought it would be cute. The art, by the way, it might be a little wonky looking, but that is because I have had a really bad headache, and so I was just doing this for fun. And if I spent too long adjusting every single little thing, then this would be an hour long. So I didn't do that. I tried to make her goat hooves, like actual hooves, but they kind of look weird. I did give her like some markings on her face that weren't there, but like I just wanted to give her past goats. And you know, with the red, I did say I was gonna go with more red. It's actually a little bit like pinker, you know, because I like pink. I think it's cute. I also kept the like the pants and stuff because I thought that worked with her character well. So yeah, that's my Charlie redesign. Let me know if you like it. When it comes to Vaggie, there's one very important thing I want to address. That is body types. So I find in the Hazbin Hotel universe, the body types are very, very hurtful. I have an eating disorder, by the way, so I can speak on this, and I think that the only fat people representation, or chubby, are characters that are supposed to be seen as annoying or as villains. Take Mimsy, for example. She's one of our only plus-size characters in the show, and she is supposed to be annoying. She is supposed to be unlikable. And Adam, I mean, we don't really see like him under the coat, but we can assume that the coat is basically how his body is. And it's very hurtful that he's supposed to be the villain, and that every single main character that we're supposed to be rooting for is skinny. That is just a very hurtful thing, and it just perpetuates how people are seeing fat people in media, and it, like, personally, it has affected, like, how I feel about myself. Like, if I watch this and think, oh, wow, look at those people that look like me, but they're actually really bad people, and we don't like them. And just, like, there's simple ways to include different body types and characters, and I think that Peggy is one of the closest things we have to a different body type and a character, but she's still really skinny, so I made her a little thicker in this. I did keep in mind that she is supposed to be, like, fighting and stuff, so I didn't make her, like, really, really fat, but I just made her a little chubbier, a little closer to my body type. Her colors very much, like, messed me up because I wanted to go for a more blue color palette, but, like, not to the point where it was really obvious she was an angel. Like, I wanted her to match with Charlie, so I did give her, like, similar colors, and I still kept the X over her eye because that was one of my favorite parts about her design. But I made the gray parts of her have a more blue undertone because blue is more heavily associated with heaven and the angels and stuff, and so I thought it fit more if that was also one of the, like, clues, because we, as the viewer, didn't, like, get any other clues other than the X on her eye. That was it, actually. That was it. Camilla Carmine was like, it's actually really obvious that you're an angel because you have an X over your eye, you're angelic steel. But to the viewer, we cannot tell the difference between angelic steel and normal steel. So the X over her eye was the only thing, but then, like, half the other characters have X's on them somewhere. Does that mean they're an angel? Like, I get the angels have X's on their little masks, but come on, man, it's an X, not, like, I don't know, it's not like a halo or something. So I just, like, wanted to try and convey it more with the colors. She's probably the one that changed the least because I didn't have that much of a problem with her actual design in the show. I thought it fit with the theme, like, pretty well. So I didn't change it much. I did add more blue undertones. I gave her these gloves because I thought they were cool, and I tried to have it fit more with the Exorcist designs. So, like, she has the long boots and stuff, but that was already in her other design. So yeah, I tried to make it more obvious she was an exorcist. But as for her personality, she is a nothing character. I found myself not liking her at all, because it's like, Vaggie only exists to perpetuate Charlie's ideas. She is supposed to be like a foil to Charlie, but it just doesn't work because the only thing she ever does is say, "That's awesome, babe," or just tries to like bring Charlie back down to reality, and I feel like that just hurts her character a lot. Like on the wiki, when I was going for things, her likes and dislikes were literally just, she likes Charlie being happy, dislikes Charlie being saddened. Like, come on, she should have her own like character, and I think that her being like just so obsessed with Charlie is like really bad for her character. So yeah, I also took away more of the moth theming because I think that the moth thing was stupid. So all of the exorcists are just like basically copy and paste of each other, right? So I think that it's okay for Vaggie to not have an animal inspiration because she's an angel. We don't need her to be based on a moth, especially when Valentino, an already really bad character, is based off a moth, and it's much more recognizable. Like, with all we have with her is her hair, and it's like, it would have been cool, but like her wings and her angel design, whatever, they weren't even moth wings, so it kind of just, the moth inspiration or whatever felt stupid, so I just kind of just didn't do anything with that. But that's my final thoughts on Vaggie. Let me know what you think. Yeah. Alistair. Ooh boy, Alistair. Okay. So, by far, he is the worst offender of the red in Hazbin Hotel. So, him and Angel just probably took me the longest to design, mainly because I do not draw guys a lot, so his is really hard, but also because I had to figure out how to completely change this guy's design because he is so ugly. He is so ugly. Oh my god, bro, who gave him that bob? Who gave him the bob, bro? I just like, I can't. And he's so deviant art OC coded. It's so, I accentuated his antlers because you can barely see them in the actual show. Like, I literally had to be like, someone had to point it out to me that he had antlers in the show, so that's like probably not very good. I give him deer legs again. I just like doing that kind of style of legs. I simplified his outfit a little bit. I thought it would be really cute if I gave him one of those little vest things. And I changed his color palette to be more brown, to be more deer-like, and just to like emulate the kind of like aesthetic of pictures back in the day, when it came around. I gave him green eyes because I thought that green would be a really great accent color, but I don't have a lot of accessories that could be accented with green that would look good. But green is also there because, well, one, it's the complementary of red, and two, because that's like his aura color. His aura color is green, and I thought that was like a very like cool thing to do. I just gave him like a very basic outfit, but that's just because that's just who I am. Actually, I'm a very basic person. For his little radio thing, oh my god, I had so much trouble with it because I don't know how to draw radio stuff. And his original thing, I'm gonna be so real, I think Valentino was onto something because it looked like a butt plug. I'm not even joking, it did. But I saw this little idea of it, like, of the thing around it being, like, antlers, and so I thought that was really cool, and I did that. Now, I think for animation purposes, like, if this was actually, like, to be animated, that would probably be a little, like, much, but also, this is Vivzy Pop we're talking about. Her designs have never been animation friendly, and I find that just the antlers, like, I just think that if my designs are a little not animation friendly, then that's okay, because Fizzarelli and Beelzebub exist, and yeah, Alistair, I think the concept of a radio host that broadcasts the screams of his victims is, like, it's a very nice concept to me, and I think that the deer motifs were cool. I think his, like, full demon Wendigo form or whatever was very interesting, very, very deviant art OC. I think that his little eyes turning to, like, the clock things or whatever they're called was cool. I don't know. That was cool, but I just think that his smile thing, it's like, okay, yeah, you're so cool for smiling all the time, but we can always tell what he's thinking. He's, like, not mysterious at all, and he's trying too hard to be mysterious. I also think his beef with Lucifer is very funny, because it's like, I don't know, I think maybe it's like, as a viewer, I know the power scaling of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, and so I just know that Lucifer can definitely beat him up if he wanted to, but it's so funny to see Alistair beefy with Lucifer. Alistair, I like the radio thing with his voice. I think that was really cool. I tried to make his voice suit him more, because I'm gonna be real, I don't think his voice actually, like, fits him really well in the show. It's cool and all, but I do like the detail of in the battle with Adam when his microphone breaks, the radio effect on his voice turns off. I thought that was, like, super cool. But he's kind of like, basically my summary for the character is that he tries too hard to be mysterious when he's literally not, and he's a deviant ROC. That's really all I have for him. He's a cool guy, I guess. Also gave him a bow tie, but like I said, I love freaking bows, you don't understand. I kept his freaking red eyeshadow because I thought that was so cool. Thought it was cute, and so I kept that. I kept his smile. I think that it would be better if that he just, like, actually didn't convey emotion extremely well. Like, he was just very, like, kind of aloof from the rest of them, and they were like, why is this guy helping us? And he's just like, and smiles and, like, doesn't, like, I just think it would be a lot cooler if he didn't show as much, like, emotion as he does, even though he doesn't show a lot already. Because I think that him showing emotion, like, kind of, like, ruins his mysteriousness. Like, especially with this, like, you know, you smile so your enemies never know what you're thinking, but, like, I know exactly what he's thinking at all points in time, even if it's not, like, his voice narrating it or something like that, you know. It's just, I think that he's not as mysterious as he wants to be. Shake my head, man, shake my head. Okay, now we're on to the worst character in the show. That's actually amazing. So, for his design, I think that it's not very obvious he's a spider. I also really just don't like his weird little head. It's interesting. I gave him more spider-like features. Like, I gave him fangs, I gave him the little abdomen, and I gave him, like, spider feet. I'm really bad at drawing people with multiple sets of arms. That's just a weird thing that I am bad at. So, yeah, I struggled a lot with that. I also, I am very weird about the amount of fingers I give characters. I always draw my characters with all 5 fingers. So the 3-finger thing threw me off, especially with drawing that many hands. I kept his color palette mostly pink, but I also, like, I gave him yellow and, like, black and stuff as accents to his design. But I think the pink for his design really works, since he's supposed, like, to be lovey-dovey. His theme is, like, you know, love and stuff, and he has all those hearts on him, so I thought the pink would, like, work well. But I also liked the yellow in his original design, so I added that. Like, places like the stinger and on his gloves and whatever. also character-wise, do I hate this guy? I think that Angel Dust is a very, very poorly written character. Hot take, I know. I think that he is, like, actually kind of offensive to people who have gone through sexual assault and rape. I just think that him being, like, this is my escape, and, like, trying to enjoy what he does, and, like, just also sexually harassing other people, I just think that part of his character is, like, really bad. And that's, like, the only part of his character, too. He has, like, no other part of this character, and I just think that, for one, they're infantilizing him by giving him all these, like, they make him seem very helpless, and that just grosses me out. But also, I just think that this is very, like, poor representation of a victim of sexual assault. I think that, like, for this, like, if you only have one representation of that in the show, and then you go and show them sexually harassing other people, that's, like, really weird. I just think that his situation isn't handled respectfully, and Viv isn't a good person to handle this kind of situation. It's very, like, disturbing to me that people, like, support her for this. And, like, Poison is an okay song. Poison is literally mid. I'm sorry, guys, someone has to say it. I think his relationship with Husker is bad. Husk, he isn't in this, obviously, right now, but I think that he's too good for Angel Dust. I don't think that Angel Dust and him should get together. That's like being, like, sexually harassed by someone and then getting together with them. Angel Dust sexually harasses every time anyone, like, who's on screen with him, even if it makes them visibly uncomfortable. And he just, like, says that you should be okay with it because he's a porn star. So, and that just rubs me the wrongest way ever, because I think that someone who goes through sexual assault shouldn't be portrayed as craving it, or, like, or being portrayed as they're asking for it, which is kind of how they're portraying Angel Dust, and that just rubs me the wrong way. So if it were up to me, he wouldn't be in there, because he doesn't add anything at all. He adds nothing to the story. So he probably just wouldn't be in my version of Hazbin Hotel. But I do like his color palette. His color palette was one of my favorites because he is a cutie patootie pink person, so you know how I am with that. That's all I have to say about him. So that concludes my Hazbin Hotel redesigns. Let me know if you want another video like this. I did have fun talking about the characters, and also had fun designing them, obviously. Yeah, so just, like, comment down below if you want another video like this. This is my longest video by far, and I did put a lot of work and effort into it, so it would mean a lot to me if you liked and subscribed. If you have any critiques about, like, my art, please let me know, but, like, word them nicely, because I'm a very sensitive person. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye, and see you next time.